Welcome, everyone. I want to invite you to a really positive and exciting mindset into a new year. And I know that can be a challenge if you don't have a lot of practice. And boy, uh, practice getting through the pain to get to the pleasure. So this program is called Stepping Up and Stepping Out, and it is making 2022 your best year yet. And the really cool thing is stepping up and stepping out is based on the back end of stepping up and stepping out in our software, our bio software of our mind. The switch to keep us on track is the moon. And I developed this system back actually in 2016, but I launched it in 2017 using the moon to remind us of our New Year's goals. All through the new year, all through the year, not just for the first 3 weeks and they fizzle out and you got busy. So this year we are very lucky because when I started out in 2017, it's almost a week cycle difference. I had 3 weeks to wait for the full moon at that time, and I did not acknowledge the use of the switch of the new moon, which is very, very powerfully energetic when you're starting new projects, new programs, or refining them and taking them to the next level, whether it's your health, your fitness, your diet, your mindset, especially mindset. Keeping a positive mindset in these challenging times. I am so grateful that I've done so much work for over 30 years to be uh, unaffected for most of the time. I can't say there's no way I could say that I'm not affected by what's going on. But what is that affect? How does that affect me? What are the effects of that effect? What 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 do I do with it? Yeah, sometimes I go down. But I will tell you what, when I go down into like feeling like a slight touch of like, oh man, this is tough, this is hard, this really sucks, this is not good. And you feel bad a little bit, okay? Less than good, but you actually don't feel very alive, or you lose your energy, and maybe some less than positive moments slip in, but not for long. That's what I've trained my mind, my energy, myself, uh, using the principles in stepping up and stepping out that I've been using and practicing and learning. I have a library and I have tools that will make your life like shine no matter what's going on around you. You can just, like, as the saying goes, water off a duck, right? That's the troubles coming onto us, or the challenges, just it'll roll off. You got to shake it sometimes, right? And you got to acknowledge it's there and shake it and get rid of that negativity that hinders us no matter what we're doing. If our head is not clear, if we are not on our game, if we're not able to deal with what we're dealt in the moment, how are we going to get ahead? Because so many things are being stacked on, stacked on. Find people, find places, read things that are uplifting. I'm going to share that all through the year to keep you on track. I show up and a webinar training, and maybe I'm going to do a podcast. So in 2017, every week I did a stepping up, stepping out to stay on track on different subjects: attitude, gratitude, love, learning, fitness, diet, simplicity, energy, and a long list of really, there's simple actions, but the actions need to turn in the key to start those actions, right? And that, for some of us, I don't feel like it. I don't want to know. I'm comfortable, right? I mean, I get that way, but I know what's best when I'm tired at night and I know like I ate a little more food than I should, or I definitely feel better if I exercise a little bit before I go to bed at some point in the day. But if I do a bike ride for 15 minutes before I go to bed, I sleep better. Take a shower, clean and wash the negative energy out. I'm going to talk about all these things going into 2022. And I'm inviting you to join me on this journey. The stepping up and stepping out. You got to step up, not down. Not down. Do not let anything that you're reading, the best of your ability, and if it does, show up here. Click on the link and join here on YouTube, but also on the other channels on Instagram. You want to follow us and engage, and you can get our webinars on our webinar schedule and share your email with us, and we can even text you so you don't forget. But the whole point of this is to avoid all that stuff and realize, oh my gosh, I'm looking at social media. Look at it's a full moon. That's my mental switch. That's a big switch in the sky. And if it's cloudy, no excuse, because in the newspaper, online, any place, social media, everywhere, people show pictures of the full moon. There's zero excuse. So I had no more excuses to not pay attention. And I had a desire, like a burning desire and a passion to be more fit and have more mental acuity and get out of the anxiety and the stress and the things that pulled me down. I flipped them over. I totally turned them around. And you can too. Everyone can do that. But it takes work and practice. It's just easier to sit back and say, what's the year? No. You feel the energy, and when you're just cruising along, there's no life involved. It's existence. It is a mere existence when you're not living at a higher energy at any level. It can be up. It doesn't have to be crazy. It needs to be feeling, and every one of you know here, feeling life and being engaged with life, not sometimes, but all the time. And yes, there's dips, ups and downs, there's highs and there's lows. But when our average keeps going up higher, like a chart on trading or commodities or metals or exchange, that you're growing, your energy's growing. You have higher lows and higher highs. Higher lows and higher highs. You're gaining value, much like a stock market or much like a precious metal. You're gaining personal value and strength. That's what stepping up and stepping out, making 2022 your best year yet, is all about. Taking that foundation, a maybe shattered foundation or a weaker foundation or a broken foundation, and repairing it Man, do I know I had a damaged foundation. And I didn't like the way I felt. What do I need to do? And this was before all this on internet. I started in like my road to recovery and energy started back in 1981, 82, January. And I got so hungry and I read every book and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote and I wrote to engage because there was only one thing I wanted to do was feel better, feel stronger, have more strength and energy. And I know deep down everyone wants that. You can say what you want to say, which a lot of them are excuses. So take what it is and you can take it to any level you want. And you might say, oh, I don't want to. I don't really care. Well, okay. It's your life. And I'm only here to really serve you and serve me because as I speak of this and these points, I am serving you and I am serving myself. It's not for everyone, but I sure hope and I don't. That's a word that I rarely use. I don't know where it came from, and I really highly desire that you get a smile on your face, that you're able to access a smile and a feel good and raise your energy. I stayed up very late last night. I listened to music for an hour and a half. Music I love, loud. It was energizing, dancing music until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I had trouble turning it off. It just lifted my charge, my spirit. And I mean, we have to do what makes us feel good. And we charge our batteries. This morning I woke up, I didn't get up in the middle of the night or I slept. I woke up, the beautiful sun. And I had so much energy. I just want to get out, take some fresh air before I get out of the bed. I have this breathing thing. I teach the breathing to oxygenate your system. And you don't need coffee, you need oxygen. These 6 repetitions I teach, very simple. Again, all this stuff is the simplest. Life is simple. It's not complicated. I will give you every new moon, every full moon steps, and you can ask me to talk about different things. I will. What would you like to learn? What would you like to hear? Because I'm here to serve you and serve myself. And there may be some areas I need to be talking about and researching too. There's plenty in life to learn. Okay. Never stops. It shouldn't. And you should live into your life every day at any age. It doesn't matter. Life is timeless. I just took a ride yesterday again on a jet ski all around a bay in Thailand that looked very similar to the bay in Massachusetts where I live. What a gift. What a gift. And I sold my jet ski in America. And now someone who lives close by offered me their jet ski. So I used it. And when you have the positive mindset of I expect the best to happen no matter what, I don't put those words no matter what in there, but it is no matter what, it will happen. I expect the best to happen and it will. It's true. It's true. I long list. I'll share little bits here and there of my experience, of actual experiences. Nothing out of a book, but these are things that I've read out of a book and I've condensed for you. And I'll give you outlines, I'll give you downloadable PDFs, I'll give you some videos for references. And you won't be the same at the end of 2022 when you show up. But get your goals ready Now for 2021, your New Year's resolutions, more than 50% of the population in America, Canada, North America, Europe, all set their goals for the new year. Probably more like 56 at last check. And it's a very common thing. My New Year's resolutions are I'm going to change this. And I would ask you to go look back at your 2021, 2020, 2019. Are there things that you continue to list year after year that you want to address? And you really want to do it because you keep listing them. You have high intentions, but your intentions are not expectations. Turn your intentions. I talk a whole section about a whole webinar about intention, about expectation, about canceling out the less than useful and replacing it with the useful and the positive. I will teach you how to sculpt your words so that yeah, that figures. I always get parking. Not there's never parking. Not that crap. No, there's no whining here. I will remove your ability to whine and only expect bigger, better, greater things in your life than you've ever had. I don't care what you have today. And there are so many people that have financial rewards and they don't have mental, physical, or spiritual rewards. Kind of empty. There are people that are fit and then they lack in other areas. So is a balanced life? No, but I'm giving you I'm going to add to your life things that will fulfill every area to make the wheel of life a smoother ride, because finances might be sticking out and the fitness might be sticking out, but the mindset of communicating with people and friends and things may be off. So the ride is a lot bumpier than we'd like it to be. So we address all those things. And I really invite you to leave comments here and say what is it you'd like to hear about. I mean, I've got lots of things scheduled, but life is flexible. And if it's not, and if it's hard, and this is another a big challenge for a lot of people because they set their goals, they're so strict that they break. I mean, you've heard of people, sports people, that they're young and they have a heart attack, but they have a good diet and they really do a lot of exercise. But they're just so stressed about staying fit that they die from stress. So you have to remove, or they get ill from stress. Okay, so we have to have the ability to identify, sit and look back and say, whoa, I didn't know I was there. Whoa, I need to change this. Whoa, whether it's eating, food, diet, mindset, any of those things. Like 3 key areas in your life. We're going to address them all. And please come along for the Peter Stone. Really, it's the life living journey in this case. I'll share one little bit that has helped me. I'm very curious person, very, very, very curious, and always since I was a kid, I irritated people because I asked so many questions. Why do you ask so many questions? Why? Because I want to know. I want to learn. I want to know everything about everything that I can. Oh, so that's how it works. So when this goes to that and this goes, oh, that's life. Oh, this is how life works. This is how we strengthen ourselves in this area. And when we understand the big picture, we know how to put the components together to make life work, exciting, An exciting opportunity is life, not just a financial opportunity. That's good. The money will follow when you plug in to your passion and you stick with it. And that is the key. So when I had to do a shift, when everything changed to online, it was really tough in business for me. Really tough. It was like a whole new ball game. Like I had to reinvent my business in a new way. It took me years, but I never stopped the business. We had so many good clients with us that supported us through that transition. So we're constantly transitioning. So I have traveled to over 101 countries. So you could say I have the book on Travel 101. Okay. And the mindset of Travel 101. A little bit of a damper here lately. I am not going to struggle and I don't use that word lightly to travel. I am not going to argue with people and tell them, I don't need to follow your narrative and your mandates and do what you want me to do so I can travel freely. I'm going to say no to that. And when we all say no to others trying to control our lives, they say for the better of other people. I'll tell you what's for the better of other people: your personal health, your personal mindset, your personal foundation, your personal courage, your personal strength, and your personal happiness, love, caring of the world around you and yourself and others. That's it. I expect the best to happen, and it does. Just go for it. I was talking to my daughter. My daughter knows.
It's 11 hours.
Her boyfriend flew from America to Thailand. And I'm not going to go into the details. But she says, yeah, Dad, but this and this and this. I said, Brianna, you know the rule. You know the law. And it happens every time with her. She was at an airport once, called me, Dad, I'm gonna miss this flight. And I said, no, here's the thing, here's the solution. Boom. She got on the flight and she got even a better seat. And so, everything is that way. I just go back and I can talk about a lot. I'm not going to bore you with it all, but it's real. It's real. It's a lot of life. When you expect it, everything else is blocked out, but you see and you're focusing on one thing mentally, not in a big way, just in a way that it's my mindset. I expect this to happen, and it will happen. It may not happen right now. It could happen in a month. You plan for it in a month and it takes 6 months. You know what? There's lessons to be learned. So when it does happen, we are prepared. Like we're really prepared. And when we're prepared, life is all the things we read about that it can be. And so much more that we cannot describe. And I know I'll leave you with one thing. And the one thing is being grateful. Being grateful will open the door just for the wind that blows, the clean air, the birds that sing, the butterflies that fly with the birds, and the bees, and the good food we have. Clean air, clean food, clean water. And if it's not clean, commit and do your part. The power of one. Do your part. Influence other people in your actions. I go to a market shopping here in Thailand. A couple of people just forget. And every time they see me, I've seen this one guy buying fresh fruit, pomelo. It's like a grapefruit, but it's sweet and it's bigger and it's delicious. And every time I go to buy this, because it's loaded with vitamin C, it's delicious, he grabs the bag automatically, plastic bag. And now I look at him like, what are you doing? You don't even remember. Just please ask people if they want a plastic bag. Some people need a way to transport it, like if they're driving on their motorcycle or something. I get it. But they should bring their own bags and, sell reusable bags. So I make noise like that. And you can too, is my point. Whatever it is, don't be, what are they going to think? Oh, well, don't be shy. Be a little courageous and make some noise in the world around you. And what I mean by that is when you expect the best to happen and you really have that mindset, you refuse to lose with a losing mindset, and you flip that to the positive mindset, I expect the best to happen. And it does all the time. Things change magically. Things just change magically. It was the hardest thing for me to do. I listened to one cassette tape. A little tip. Because I wanted to get to the core of another person's message, I listened to one cassette tape. That's how long ago it was. I still have the cassettes. I still have cassette player. And I'm sure I can find it online, but I'll tell you what, the energy of the cassette, the action plugging it in, all have connections for me. And it's all about the little things in life that it's almost like a ritual thing, right? So I'm just plugging in the cassette and the expectation and hearing that message for time 275. What am I going to learn now? What didn't I hear in the time I played it 274? I don't count them, but I know it's over 300 times. Listen to it while I'm lifting weights, listen to it while I'm exercising, listening to it while I'm riding my bike, listening to it in my car. Priceless listening. Don't get caught up in the noise. When you find something valuable, hold on to it. Don't look for the next thing. Don't keep looking. Stop and learn from somebody who knows, who's done it. And there's a lot of people. I'm just another one, and I'm here to share, the travels of 101 countries with my family, really living into life and pretty much going where I want to, when I want to. And is it learning that the challenges are welcoming the challenges, because they make me stronger. They make me think. They make me smarter. They make me stronger in every way, and they'll make you stronger too. Don't say, oh my God, now I gotta do this. Now I gotta, oh my God, let me tell you what happened. Hello. If you have that mindset, I'm here to help you change it. And if you want to hold on to that, this is the wrong place. If you want to hold on to it, I'm not here to let you hold on to any whining or complaining or excuse building, excuse finding. There are no excuses. One of our best customers is a quadriplegic, and he designs jewelry like you wouldn't believe. One day you will see him, and you probably won't believe. Pretty much incapacitated except for his mind, and he's got one pinky that works. That's it. And a mouth, and a brain, and a smile, and life. So if you think you got excuses, no, you got no excuses. I see people in the marketplace. The guy who took jet ski out of the water yesterday had one arm. He had a beautiful piece of jewelry on. He had a spirit and a life. And he had a really wild haircut, creative. It wasn't way out. It was this guy was a piece of artwork inside and out. What a brilliant man. And one day, it's the first time I ever met him. One day I will find out what shark got his arm, or what line on what boat got his arm, and hear his stories of challenge. And he's out driving a tractor one-handed, doing boats in and out of the water. I'm like, how are you going to do this? I don't need to ask. I mean, my first question was, well, this will be interesting because I know he can do it. And it just our strengths and our abilities are only limited by this, by mind management. And this is what? Stepping up and stepping out and making 2022 your best year yet. This is Peter Stone saying, look, live it, love it, engage, and I'll see you next time on the full moon. Happy New Year. Happy full moon. Make your life a masterpiece and a sculpture. All the little dreams. Don't let them keep going by. Don't grab a couple, write them down, and live them.